Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. I think it's working now. All right. Let's go back over here. Hello, Dex Jacob. How are you today? I'm glad you can hear me. I'm so happy to see someone here. Welcome at Home with Susana. And if you don't mind sharing, where are you today? Are you in the US? Are you somewhere else in the world? We'll give him a little bit of time. Dax Jacob says that he's very good, and thank you. He's been following me for the last few days, and I'm very happy that he's here with me. Thank you. So he's in Canada. I love it. I love Canadians. Thank you for following me from there. How's your temperature there? We've been having some really nice temperatures. Some of this last couple days, we were in the mid 90s, I would say. I think it's down a little bit, which makes it easier for gardening. But sometimes it's getting kind of warm. So Dax Jacob is in Vancouver, Canada. I would love to visit Vancouver. It's on my list of places that I would like to visit. I would imagine that it is cold. Well, you still have time to predict what you're going to be sowing this year, and um, it's a little bit different than here. So, what do you like to garden, Dex Jacob? So, you like traveling. Okay, that makes two of us. Have you been to the US? You've got Seattle right there. So, what do you like cooking? For those of you that don't know me yet, I grew up in Spain, in the northern east side of Spain, Catalonia. So there's some specific dishes that I grew up eating, and I love cooking that here in the US for my family, for my friends. And I would love to know like what you like cooking. So I see that Dex Jacob has been to New York once, and he loves cooking. And I think he's impressed that I'm from Spain. So I am a Spanish American, and I've been in the US a lot longer than I've been in Spain, but I do go back to Spain every year, except for last year because of COVID. So you grew up in India. Oh my goodness. So I'm sure you make delicious curries. I love curries. I like to make them, but I'm sure that I cannot compete with yours. Yes, I am from the Barcelona area. So I see that you're aware of where that is. So I'll have to get some good recipes from you because I'm sure that you can make much better Indian recipes than I can. My son Giorgio has joined in and he says curry is amazing. And I know he loves curry as long as it doesn't have any coconut milk, right, Giorgio? Yes. I love all curries though. I could eat that every day. That's one thing that I can say. Indian cuisine is one of my favorites. Usually, with the exception of the last two birthdays, when my birthday comes around, I go to an Indian restaurant to celebrate my birthday. That's how much I love it. I mean, I love all cuisines, but Indian is one of my favorites. So I'm just going to go through some of the things that I've been talking about the last few weeks or months. I'm pretty new to YouTube, and one of the reasons why I started the channel was number one, boredom. I am in the travel industry, and everything stopped on its feet because of the pandemic, and I started doing things that I usually wouldn't have done. I started fostering kittens, and you can see on some of my videos about that. And that kept me occupied for a while because I couldn't travel. I could have the kitties at home and feed them and give them all the love that they needed. And once that happened, after I was done with that, I started thinking, well, you know what? YouTube has a lot of good resources. And I started thinking about one of my sisters who loves to cook. Actually, all of my sisters are wonderful, my brother too. But one of my sisters is super creative, and I said, maybe you should start your YouTube channel. Well, little did we all know, I started thinking about some things that I had in my garden. And one day I created this video for some of my friends, and I thought, you know what? I could give a little bit of advice. I'm not good at everything or anything in particular, but I definitely could share some of the things that I like to do. And if anything, I am a good influence. There's so much bad and so much confusion in the world as it is, that I guess that if you bring someone like me, even though I'm not good at everything or anything in particular, it kind of balances out a little bit. So I just figured I would give it a try. So I started in October, and here I am. I am at 152 subscribers, and I hope to increase that. I love everybody's support and ideas. So if there's anything that you would like to see that you haven't seen yet, I definitely will take down any of the ideas and try my best to bring that to you. So Dax Jacob says that Indian restaurants in Arizona. Yes, there are a few of them. The one that I really like, I can't remember the name of it because I'm on the spot right now, but it is in Tempe, Arizona, and I'll have to figure that out. I will link that at on the description box after I'm done with this live event, so that if anyone lives in the area and wants to give that restaurant a try, they're more than welcome to do that. And Dax Jacob, if you ever come to Tempe, Arizona, of course, you can visit there too and judge it, because I'm sure that you have different standards for everything. And yes, you're right, the coronavirus stopped everything on its tracks, and hopefully things are getting better for everybody. And my son Giorgio does agree that there are some great Indian restaurants in the Phoenix area. Yeah. And not that long ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago, we were in Sedona. And of all places, Sedona had a really good Indian restaurant too. We were pretty satisfied going there. It was a nice surprise. So Dax Jacob is committing to visiting Arizona one of these days. Yes, Giorgio, thank you so much for your help here. The restaurant that we sometimes celebrate my birthday is called the Daba, and that restaurant is actually pretty small. So I'm not sure how they have it set up right now during the pandemic. Maybe they do take out. I actually don't know. It's not that close to my house, but we make an effort to go there at least once a year for my birthday. So I'm hoping this November things will look a little better because November is my birthday month, and hopefully I'll get to enjoy that. If not, maybe we can do takeout. So if there's anyone out there that would like to mingle with us over here and let us know what your favorite dishes are or what your favorite vegetables are, what you like to grow, or would you like to grow anything? If I know the answer, I definitely will give it to you. Again, I'm not an expert, I'm not a master gardener, but I like to try new things, and sometimes I am successful. And when I am, it's great because I love to celebrate and just let everybody know that my experiment worked out okay. And you're welcome, Dax. I'm glad that you're joining us. So, what do you like to cook and what do you like to garden? I would love to know that. I am working on several things myself. And on one of my videos, I tried this thing called window garden, and it's this trays, which I actually have one of them over here to show you. And I put some seeds down, and they grew. Yesterday we transplanted them, and they look pretty healthy. So I am very hopeful that my tomatoes this year will do well. And it's exciting. Tomatoes are one of my favorite things to grow because they're so versatile. You can use them on almost anything. So Dax Jacob likes broccoli and cauliflower, tomato, all favorites. And he likes to garden in flowers and vegetables and fruits. Wow, well, you can do everything then. So I wonder when you start sowing all those seeds since your weather is different up there in Vancouver. I'm assuming sometime in the spring for you or late spring. Do you like to use basil in your dishes? I find basil to be one of the best the best herbs around here because it doesn't die even through the winter and the very hot summers. If you cover it here in Arizona, it seems to do well. And one of my videos was about how to go from this little plant to a massive bush. So if you haven't watched it yet, make sure you do that. It it tells you how to do it right. And I won't spoil it, just watch it. Unless you have a question right now, just watch it. And I will link that below too when I'm done with the video. So come back to it and you can see where to get that information. So here in Arizona, it is pretty warm, and it's about probably in the high 80s today. It's been in the mid 90s this week, but I think it's cooling down a little bit, and it's gonna get warmer. I would say that the average temperature during the summer is around between 115 and 117. So at that time of the year, it's hard to keep anything alive, but I do cover my plant just like you would cover your plants at winter time so that they don't freeze to death. You do the same thing for the heat, at least from the sun. You try to cover them, put some sort of, I'm gonna call them garden curtains, so that you avoid most of the afternoon sun. It is very hot here. Yes, Dax. It's summers are very, very hot. It's funny because everybody makes fun of me in this household. I'm always cold, and we have a pool. Everybody gets in the pool at this time of the year. March, all my family has gone in the pool already. I don't. I like my pool to be warm, and usually around 90 something degrees. That's when I first go in. So that's usually at the end of June, beginning of July. So I know I'm a baby, but hey, that's okay. We all have something, and I can't stand cold weather. No, I'm sorry. I can. It's not that I cannot stand cold weather, but I like to feel warm. So I've got to have a thick jacket, a hot coffee, which I'm gonna take a little sip. I've been talking a lot. It's funny because I even drink hot coffee during the summertime. I love that feeling inside. It's almost like a nice big hug, and I don't know, it's something internal that makes you feel super good. And of course, it, I don't know, it makes you feel good. What do you like to drink, Dax Jacob? So coffee, super. Okay, so you're one of my guys then. Yeah, I usually have my coffee with a little bit of creamer. I always say I don't make a good Spaniard. Number one, I don't take my coffee straight. It's just too strong for me. I'd like to have something like some creamer or some milk to give some flavor. If there's no creamer or milk, maybe a little pinch of some spices, maybe like cinnamon, which one of my friends introduced me to that. And yeah, coffee, and Dax likes green tea too. So I find green tea a little bit bitter for me, but if it is mixed with some other kind of tea, I'll drink it, like jasmine and green tea. That combination, I think it's really good. So I like tea. And what else? So yeah, why do I not make a good Spaniard? Well, I don't make a good Spaniard because I don't take my coffee straight. I don't like to drink alcohol, and I don't smoke. I know a lot of Spaniards don't smoke, but most of them do drink. But that's just a joke. Obviously, I am a good Spaniard. I am also an American, but I guess I'm not good at one or the other. I'm just a mix, but that's okay. So yeah, Dax Jacob, if you haven't tried the cinnamon, I'm not sure if you're saying yes, cinnamon, wow, delicious. I'm not sure if that's because you've tried it or maybe because you will try it. But good. I'm glad to see that you don't drink or smoke either. That's always something to be thankful later on because your health does it does show, signs of distress in the future. So hopefully we're going to be protected a little longer. Let's just say that. And especially if you keep gardening and you grow your own vegetables and fruits. And I wonder what kind of fruits grow in Vancouver. I know that apples are well known to be to grow well in Washington State, which is pretty close to Canada and Vancouver. So I'm assuming apples grow okay there too. Nice, Dax Jacob. So you do gym workouts and you care for your health. Oh, cherries. Very nice. My uncle, his name is Sebastia, and he lives in the province of Barcelona in Spain. He's got an apple orchard, and there's been a couple times that we've gone to his farm and picked up the cherries in May, the end of May, beginning of June. And it's just amazing. They're delicious, and they're big cherries, very dark, and it's a good fruit. Very rewarding. It's like having candy. So great. I'm glad that you have that too. And you have cranberries. I wonder how you grow cranberries. I know that it's like a water type plant. I don't even know how cranberries really come to be. I should do some research about it. I never realized that I could talk this long. So maybe my family does know that, but I didn't know that about myself. So thank you for listening, everybody. I know that there's a few of you watching right now. Nice. Do you all eat cranberry sauce like Americans do over here for Thanksgiving? I mean, I know Thanksgiving is something different over there, but over here, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas, People like to have their cranberry sauce along with their turkey and mashed potatoes. And I just wonder if that's something in Canada that people do. So you also make cranberry sauce. Okay, interesting. Do you use the cranberries for anything else? Okay, so it must be more than just the US. I love knowing all those things. Um, I have made cranberry sauce from scratch, and there is absolutely no comparison to what you get when you buy a can of cranberry sauce from the store. Not that it's bad; it's fine. But once you get or you get to eat the real thing, it's very different. I have mixed the cranberry sauce with orange juice and with a little water. No, orange juice and cranberries. I think that that's all I was making it. I wonder how you make it. You're saying that you do make lots of different cranberry dishes maybe or cranberry sauces. Interesting, interesting. I love all that information, Dax Jacob. So, if anyone is here joining us, welcome to At Home with Susana. I'm sorry that it is a little dark. We are in a room and inside of the house, and this is the best that I can do. Unfortunately, I can't take my phone outside until I actually have 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 152, so please let everybody know, your friends, your neighbors, your family, and hopefully we can make this a growing channel. I would love to talk to all of you a little bit. If you have any interesting dishes that you like to cook, or interesting vegetables or fruits that you like to grow, or even buy at the grocery store, that makes it interesting, I would love to hear that from you. So Dax Jacob is saying that he also uses orange and cranberries to make the cranberry sauce. So it's super interesting that they are also using that in Canada around Christmas time. I would eat it at any time. It's just so tasty. It's sweet. It's a little bit acidic, and it tastes really good. It could be a dessert itself. It doesn't have to be with turkey or anything like that. I could eat it just by the spoonful. So Dax Jacob has a question about the lemons in my garden. Are they Japanese yuzu lemons? No, they're not. I don't know the exact type of lemons, but it's just a pretty basic type of lemon here in Arizona. Citrus grows really well, whether it's oranges or grapefruits and lemons, mandarins, any of those are they grow really well. So I don't know exactly what kind they are, but I would say they're your standard lemon that you buy at the store, but about 10 times larger, because some of them look like grapefruits, and some of them, I mean, they're amazing. They're huge. You only need a couple of them to make some juice. So Giorgio Catanzaro is saying that I love making soups, pizza, and of course ramen. So I've got a son who has this addiction to ramen noodles, and he cooks them every time that he feels like having something warm. Like I got a cup of coffee, he has the ramen noodles. So yes, we know that, and he makes delicious pizza. My son is 14, oops, sorry, 15, almost 16. And he learned how to make pizza. We order special flour from Italy so that we can treat ourselves to real pizza. And every Sunday, he kneads the dough and flattens the pizza and makes the sauce from scratch, and it's delicious. So I am very appreciative that on Sundays I don't have to cook much. And Dex Jacob says with turkey, yes. So I guess Japanese yuzu lemons might be what I have. I don't know. I'm gonna have to research it. I've never heard of Japanese yuzu lemons, but yeah, it might be. I will let you know. Yes, I do have two sons. They're both great. One likes to do more of the cooking than the other one. The other one works at a restaurant, so probably not wanting to cook much around the house, but he definitely can make some good dishes too. He used to bake a lot of cakes because he was in this class in high school that required baking, and sometimes he would have to bake like two or three times in one day. So there was a lot of cake around the house. So this was last year during the pandemic when it hit hard and everybody was home, kids, adults, and all we were doing is eating cake. So that combination didn't go very well for someone's physique, but but things are getting better now. We're all a little bit healthier, I think, a little bit slimmer. I'm so glad that you are joining me here at home with Susana. If you have any questions, please type them. Dax Jacob and Giorgio Catanzaro, thank you so much for joining me and for participating in this live event. Again, it is my first one. I can't imagine this without you. So thank you so much for your support. Oh, that sounds really, really delicious. A cake made with cranberry and apple. Giorgio, take note. This has to be a very good one. Let us know how you make it, Dax. This sounds like a really good recipe for our household. It's my kind of thing. Well, you're welcome, Dax Jacob. You are so welcome to join us here anytime, and we really appreciate your support. Well, you'll just have to share that recipe with us. Hopefully, it's not one of those family treasured recipes that only a couple people have access to. I don't know if you've ever seen that Bush's Beans commercial, or at least here in the US, that the dog can talk, but I think that he eats the recipe because he doesn't want anybody else to know the secret, the magic recipe for that. So hopefully that's not your case. I know that there are some recipes here in the household that are kept quiet, so I can share, but most of them are going to be out and about once I start making more videos on my cooking. So in the near future, I will be making some of my Spanish dishes, and one of them is called tortilla de patata. So if anyone is not aware what that is, tortilla does not mean the flat breads that the Mexican cuisine uses. Tortilla means an omelet, and an omelet is made with eggs. So the one that I make is, I say it's delicious because everybody likes it. So it will be a mix of eggs and potatoes and some onions, and that is accompanied by bread with tomato, which I have the recipe on one of my videos, which I will also link down below. And Dax Jacob seems to be excited about Spanish dishes, so you will have to definitely give that a try. One of the most important things about making this dish is that you have a non-stick pan because it is very important, otherwise it will fall apart. But yeah, it is a great dish, and it's one of those staple dishes that Spaniards have. They always have eggs, they always have potatoes and onions. And when someone comes to visit and you don't have something prepared, and I'm talking like last minute, a surprise visit, your mother-in-law comes to visit you, that sort of thing, or at least in Spain that happens or used to happen. We didn't have, the technology that we have today to say, hey, I'm on my way to your house. People just would show up, right? So when you didn't have anything else, that's what you would fix. And still today, something quick that everybody likes, you make a tortilla de patatas. And you always have bread, and if not, you go to the bakery and you buy the bread fresh of the day. And it's a great fast dish. I always like fast dishes. Over here, it always has made me laugh that people call fast food, going out to eat something fast. When I think about fast food, it's not going out, because going out takes time to go out, order, wait, get it, come back, eat it, right? Fast food for me is, what do you have in your fridge that you can fix fast? Or in one of my videos, I say fast food is what you have outside, outdoors, your salad greens. And by the way, Dax Jacob, salad greens are a great choice for you right now. If you want to sow some of the seeds, they will definitely grow for you, even in pots. So if you don't have a big backyard, that's okay. It just requires a pot, and it doesn't even have to be outside. You can have it inside. So Dax Jacob has a question about visiting the Barcelona stadium. I'm assuming that you're referring to the soccer over there called football. Yes, so Football Club Barcelona, of course. I have been there a couple times. The last time I was there, it was with my children when they were a little bit younger. And yeah, it is huge, and it was a tour that was a little bit expensive but well worth it. You go everywhere in there, and it's very interesting. It was really nice. Yes, so the salads, is that something that you have already done before, or is this something that you are going to? Because I can give you some tips about it. Either way, you can't go wrong about growing some salad leaves. I call them salad leaves. Other people call them greens. Whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. Anything that is lettuce, arugula, any type of butter lettuce, anything like that. Yes. So just the seeds are super, super tiny. So one good way of doing it is just sprinkling them on top of a pot. Just put some dirt, sprinkle it, and then put just a little bit more dirt on top of the seeds, water it, and you will see that in a few days they will be sprouting. And the good thing about it is that once they start growing, there's no end to it until it gets too hot. And then it starts, then it doesn't, it wants to go into flower. And once that happens, basically it's a lost crop. But it takes many months before you get to that. But the good thing about it is it grows, and you cut it and you eat whatever you're cutting that day, and then it grows back. So in a few days, you can cut away the new growth and have another salad. It's just amazing. So I think that you're gonna thank me for that. It's a great opportunity for you to have some fast food, right? And seeds are very inexpensive. If you buy them, I don't know exactly where you would buy them in Canada, but over here, most of our Targets and Walmarts and even supermarkets sometimes carry seeds. Of course, warehouses like Lowe's and Home Depot, which I don't know if you have access to those over in Canada, but you can buy most of them. And let's not forget online. You can buy them for like $1 or $2, and it's a great investment. I'm telling you, that's inexpensive food, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is definitely fast food and inexpensive. And it's an experiment, and you will see that once it starts growing on you, then you're going to want to do other experiments with your food, growing food, I mean. And I'm sure that you will be very successful. All it needs is a little love and a little sunshine and a little bit of water, and you will see that it all works out for you. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I made a sandwich for my son. I went out in the garden, and so I had some cold cuts, and I went out there and I grabbed a couple of leaves of lettuce and a tomato. Totally fresh. How else can you get fresh vitamins and minerals, right? I mean, it's straight from the garden. It can get any better than that? That's right. It's not very expensive. I think Dax Jacob has fallen in love with the idea of making fast food. So good for you, Dax. It's too bad that my son Giorgio cannot grow ramen, because if there was such a plant, I think that we would have ramen noodles growing all over their yard. I don't know if he's left this chat room, but if he listens to it later, he might think that that was either too funny or inappropriate, right, Giorgio? There's nothing else like being a mom. So I don't know what you all are making for dinner tonight. I know what I'm making tonight, which will be some cod in this beautiful sauce. And one of these days, I definitely will make that for you and we'll share the recipe. I found that online once and it's delicious. It's a Greek recipe that is made with olive oil and lemon juice. And of course, I have to use my lemon, so anything that I make, I try to incorporate that into my dish. So it's got some spices. I can't remember exactly what it is right now. I'll have to share that with you, like I said, one of these days. But it's amazing. A little bit is done on the stove, but then you put it in the oven, and it's just incredibly good, restaurant quality, and everybody likes it in my family. To the point that I was told by one of my sons that I should make a video about that because it's that delicious. So if your teenage son is telling you that you should put that on YouTube, that means it is a great recipe. Thank you. Yes, my garden lemons are amazing. I have to agree with you because the size of them are pretty large, and also there's so many of them. I'm still trying to get rid of them. I started by doing this exchange program, not program, but with I am part of this exchange group. So I exchange whatever I have an excess of, and it's almost like an exchange place where people will come and bring something else and take lemons. So some of them have taken lemons. I also have some catnip toys that I've sewn. So if anyone has kitties, they can take those along. But people have brought other things in return, some seeds, some seedlings of different plants. One of them was melons yesterday, which is great, and squash. Someone else brought sweet potatoes, and I had someone else bring grapefruits. So it's great because somebody's taking something that they probably need, and somebody else is bringing something that they don't need. And it's not just for me, it's for whomever comes to the stand that I have. So me having huge lemons on that tree makes it easy for me to participate in this way, and also having the stand. So it's something different, but I'm assuming that that used to happen in the old days or still today, where farmers probably just shared among themselves. And Now it's a little different. It's a little bit impersonal, I would say, but at the same time, people don't know if you are busy or you're not. So, they don't bother you. The stand is outside, they take what they need, they leave something behind. And if they don't have anything, that's fine too. They're not supposed to be leaving something. It's only if they have an excess of something. But say you need a lemon, you know, instead of going to the store, you know that going to that exchange place, you can get it for free. So I've been putting there some seeds that I have as well, and some basil that of course I have huge basil bushes, or one bush. So I've put that outside as well. So I don't know if you have something like that in Canada, but hey, Dax Jacob, maybe you should be the first one to have one if there's no exchange out there. Facebook has some good groups, and as a matter of fact, I was not a fan of Facebook for the longest time. I was with Facebook, and then for 6 or 7 years, I decided to stop. It was kind of a little bit overwhelming, and I decided to stop. But then, having started this YouTube channel, I just thought that the way of reaching out to my friends, for the most part, would be Facebook. It's a lot easier than having to contact one by one. Hey, by the way, I have this YouTube channel. So I figured this would be a great opportunity. Everybody has been very supportive, so I appreciate that. And along that, I have discovered some of my gardening groups, which are great. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So you have Facebook, but for 3 years you haven't opened it. I get it. I get it. It is overwhelming. I don't post a lot of personal stuff. That's just not me. But there are some really good groups that have the same, let's just say, the same likes or intentions as you might have. And of course, that can happen without Facebook as well, if you know of groups that like to do things like you do, and I'm talking about gardening and sharing that sort of thing. But that has been one thing I can say. I have really enjoyed Facebook in the last few months. But hey, everybody has their personal likes, and one way or the other, there's no right or wrong. So you do what's good for you, right? That's Jacob. If anyone else is joining us, I just wanted to say welcome to my channel. I apologize for the lightning situation. It's a little dark in here, but that's the best that I can do today. I thought this room was the lightest, but it's a little difficult to see me, so I'm sorry about that. I usually look, not it shouldn't be so dark, but next time when I have 1,000 subscribers, I will have you outside with me, along with my garden and my experiments, so that you can see what I'm doing. So before I forget, anyone who is watching right now, give me a thumbs up if you are liking the content of this live event. Again, it is my first one, so hopefully you are enjoying part of what you've been listening to. And if you want to comment, please go ahead and do so. That way I can chat with you. And thank you so much, Dax Jacob. I look beautiful in the dark. You got it. Thank you, Dax Jacob. I'm just teasing you. But yes, we're doing the best we can right now. Yes. And again, I am surprised that I am able to talk this long, this much. It's almost 12:50. Actually, it is 12:50 already, so we have 10 more minutes to go. And I have 6 watching right now. So, hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining me at Home with Susana. Chin chin to you. I've got my coffee. What are you drinking today? Thank you, Dax Jacob. It was so great having you over here. I don't know what I would have done without you. You've been a great conversation. It's always pleasant having you around here. And my son Giorgio says he's not drinking anything. Well, that's okay. At some point, you will have your ramen. So that's almost like drinking something hot that gives you a little hug inside. This is just a joke for those who have just joined me. My son Giorgio loves ramen noodles, and who am I to judge? I buy them for him, and when he's bored or hungry, that's his go-to, and that's okay. I have my coffee. He has his ramen. Oh my goodness. If anyone else wants to share like what they're drinking right now or what their favorite drink is, I would love to know that. I think that Georgia likes lemon juice, lemonade. Hi, Olya Downing. Thank you so much. She says that I love your videos and just finished my last cup of coffee. Oh, you're one of mine. For today, we're neighbors. By the way, I live in Phoenix. Oh my goodness, what a small world. I'm getting my goosebumps right now. Yes, so you know all about the nice hot weather that we are having. Not too bad right now, but it's only going to get a little bit hotter. Well, Dax Jacob, thank you so much for joining me today. I know you're leaving and you've been here for a long time. I appreciate your support. You take care, and I'll see you sometime soon. Thank you. Hi, Canada. Bye, Canada. Oh, yeah. So, what part of Phoenix are you from? Are you north, south, east, west? I'm just trying to figure out how far you live from me. I am in Gilbert, Arizona. You probably know that from my videos. So, I am on the other side of the 202. And I was wondering if you are aware of the Gardner. No, it's not called Gardner. It's called, it's a garden exchange group or something like that, where you have a little stand if you want to have the stand, and you can put in there the excess that you have. In my case, it's my lemons. And then other people will bring their excess foods. And somebody brought me some sweet potatoes yesterday. I have seedlings being dropped off, aloe vera. It's been great. And I know that in the Phoenix area, there's a lot more going on than there is in Gilbert, Arizona. So I see North Phoenix, 32nd Street and Bell Road. Okay, so there are tons and tons of places where you can have an exchange there. If you're interested, I can let you know in the later on, in this page, where I get the free information from. It is a Facebook group, and it's been great. So yes, we are neighbors, and I'm so happy that you're from here, so that at least you know exactly what I'm talking about. And hi, Brenda Byers. She says, love your videos, love your definition of fast food. It is fast food to be able to fix it fast in your kitchen, right? So that's why I call it fast food. I don't like calling fast food outdoors, as in McDonald's and all those places fast food, because it's not fast food. You have to wait. It's not fast, right? So here comes Giovanni Catanzaro. Oops, I forgot you were live. I was napping. That is my other son. And yes, I really appreciate you joining me in the last 5 minutes of my live event. I promise I have not embarrassed you. We just talked about, foods, and like my other son, Giorgio, loves ramen, and, Giovanni loves tomatoes. So there's nothing wrong with having tons of tomato plants, because I know that at the end of the day, those are not going to last long. I am so happy that you all joined me today. And Brenda, what are you drinking today, or what is your favorite drink? Olia Downing is saying thank you. When I start getting out more, I might check out those exchanges. Well, that would be great, and you can let me know like what is your favorite stand. Every stand it has a number, so you can always say like stand number such and such has great whatever they have there, and it's been wonderful. Yeah. So I'm waiting for Brenda to tell me like what's their favorite. And Giovanni, of course, I know about the tomato juice. He likes tomato juice, but I'm not sure that that's his most favorite drink. I think Frappuccino might be his favorite, but maybe you can let me know, Giovanni Catanzaro. Well, you guys, we talked about eating out and not being fast food. We've talked about Indian cuisine because our friend Dax Jacob lives in Canada, but he is from Indian origin, and he likes to cook Indian food. And we talked about cranberries and how they grow in the Vancouver, British Columbia area. He also talked about cherries, and I talked about my uncle's cherry orchard in Spain and how wonderful it is. I'll have to post some of those pictures at some point because those were really good times. And Olia Downing says, how are your foster kitties doing? Do you still have them? So out of the three, I have two. One of them got adopted last week, the black kitten. That one was adopted, and I felt so happy for her. She was a delight to have. And the other two I still have because they have kitty colds, and one of them keeps sneezing, and he has to be on this antibiotics for probably another week or so, and then both of them are going to go for surgery, spayed and neuter. It's a boy and a girl, and then they will go out for adoption at PetSmart. And I don't get involved in the adoption process, but I know when they do get adopted. And here's one of the kittens. Oh my goodness. So this is Walnut. Walnut is about 3 to 4 months old. Hi, Wally. We call him Wally. And here he is. Hi, sweetheart. So he's the one that has the bad cold, but apparently it doesn't transmit to humans, so I'm okay with that. He's sneezed on me a few times. I haven't gotten sick from it, so I think we're okay. He likes the attention. And we've got his sister, who might be coming in just a moment. I get special deliveries, as you can see. So Giovanni Catanzaro says, my favorite drink is lemonade, especially refreshing after work. So yes, lemonade. That's another way of using lemons. We make completely organic lemonade. I also use the organic sugar, and it's great. Thank you, Olia Downing. Yes, he is precious, and she says you're doing a beautiful thing for them, and thank you for that. I feel that if you're giving love to the cats will love their new owners, and it's love all around. So here's our little hazelnut, and hazelnut we goes by Hazel, and she is precious. She's a little lighter than her brother, and Hazelnut had a cold as well with an eye infection, and the eye is still a little cloudy. It doesn't seem like that's going to go away anytime soon, but that's the way it is, and she's going to be loved just the same because she is adorable. She loves to be held, and she's incredible. So I am hoping that Hazelnut and Walnut will be getting adopted together. And the cat disappeared, as you can see. Anyways, it was great having you all here with me today. I appreciate your support so much. Thank you for making this happen. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to show up, but you guys are here supporting me. So I really, really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And this was my first one. It won't be my last one. I'm getting a little practice. At least I know now what I need to do to get the volume going for you. So Olya Downing says, love her too, so beautiful. The eye isn't going to be a problem. I don't think so either. They're beautiful kitties, and what matters is how much love they're going to give you in return. So thank you so much for joining me today. There will be more of this, and if you have any special requests or anything that you want to talk about or see that I haven't shown you yet, you're more than welcome to post it in the chat or on any of my videos. Go ahead and comment. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the near future. Thank you. Bye.